Hey, ePredators is live at Warner Music Group. ePredators is a survivors-led movement. We want to make the music industry safe for women. ePredators! Woo! All right. Let's begin. So bear with us as we are connecting to ePredators, Survivors United. Let's connect. Trigger warning. We're going to be talking about abuse in regards to Warner Music Group, so trigger warning. How many NDAs? That is our first question to Warner Music Group today, is how many NDAs at Warner Music Group? What is an NDA? An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement, a legally binding contract that establishes a confidential relationship. So we're here today in regards to a Rolling Stone article that was released not too long ago. Warner Music thanked her for exposing sexual harassment allegations and silenced her. 5 years ago, Samantha Maloney accused CEO Stephen Cooper of harassment and flagged misconduct allegations against other employees. She's still not allowed to talk about it. By Ethan Millman. Samantha Maloney's story begins where most sexual harassment claims in the music industry end, with a non-disclosure agreement. It was February 2018 when Maloney signed the document that would perpetually silence her regarding speaking out about a sexual harassment incident she allegedly experienced while working at Warner Music Group's flagship record label, Warner Records. Maloney, a former vice president of A&R at the label, was let go from the company in late September 2017 as part of a company restructuring. She signed a separation agreement and was paid severance. About a month later, her lawyer wrote to WMG alleging misconduct by executives both at Warner Records and WMG. She'd heard about it in one case, personally encountered. That final allegation involved one of the company's highest-ranking executives. Maloney alleged that she'd been propositioned by WMG chief executive Stephen Cooper. The company immediately launched an investigation. 3 months later, Warner Music Group paid Maloney $240,000, and she agreed to never publicly speak about the claims. Maloney declined to comment on any specific allegations for this article, but said she supports any effort to expose the cover-up of abuse in the music industry. Thanks, Sam Maloney. Maloney's allegations and the steps the company took at the conclusion of the investigation, critics of the company and the broader entertainment industry say are indicative of a wider pattern. Misconduct accusers are silenced with ironclad NDAs, while powerful male executives are protected against a public airing of allegations against them. The music industry is 15 years behind the rest of the world and definitely any other industry, including tech and Wall Street, Justice says. The music industry is run predominantly by white men, and it has always been run by the same people, and they've never been forced to reckon with it like every other industry has. So they get away with it. Shocking. With few of the people who've been outed facing serious consequences and some of them remaining in the industry, a woman who might otherwise come forward is, Justice says, petrified to do so. She just has to take the money and run, or if they do come out, they're vilified for it. ePredators says that is not okay. Here's ePredators. Follow ePredators' Instagram page for more information. Here's Samantha Maloney. So here's Samantha Maloney with Courtney Love. Here's Samantha Maloney with Drumsticks. Samantha Maloney was in Hole, in Motley Crue. How says Cooper said you're basically keeping the lights on. What does that mean? Well, apparently that was a compliment to Samantha Maloney while she was working at Warner Music Group. We have hashtag Free Sam here because we believe that Samantha Maloney should be freed from her NDA so we can hear what she has to say. She was also a top earner, and honestly, ePredators think she's so cool. All right, let's get into the secret. What is the secret? NDAs are used as a tool for predators to hide their behavior. This was said by Forbes, which is a common pattern that we'll see. NDAs basically silence the survivor, and what ends up happening is the abuser is rewarded. And because the abuser is rewarded, how is the abuser going to ever stop if they keep getting rewarded and there's no type of punishment? So that is the secret, NDAs. We call this one the bend and snap. So the more we see NDA restrictions state to state, we're probably going to see an increase of defamation cases. Abusive litigation is when someone uses the legal system to take power and control over you. Predators don't always show signs of predatory behavior through sexual violence. There is other ways that predators show signs of predatory behavior. They will even abuse the litigation system, they'll abuse the justice system just to get power and control over you. So this is just another way of looking at a defamation case. It could also be abusive litigation. Now we get into Warner Music Industry Edition with Stephen Cooper as NDA Men. NDA Men. Stephen Cooper is the CEO of Warner Music Group. Cooper was talking to Maloney, the vice president of A&R, at a Grammy party and complimented her work. Then she alleges he propositioned her for a sexual act with himself and a female party guest. The company paid Maloney $240,000 and signed an NDA. Both are bound to keep the incident confidential. Shh, the secret. A rep for WMG says Cooper denies the claim that he made an inappropriate remark at a party, source from Rolling Stone. A few months after the article, Cooper said he is stepping down as CEO in the next year. Interesting. So, as we can see, here is a man in a very intense position of power. And let's just say that a man in a great position of power ends up sexually harassing one of his employees. Most likely he will have a company that protects him, that basically gives, the victim an NDA to sign, and then that victim is silenced, and if she does speak out, then she is punished for doing so. So this is a pattern that we see in the music industry often, and that's why ePredators is here today. All right, next one here. Next Warner Music Industry Edition, we have Jeff Fenster as EVP Men. Looking good. Jeff Fenster is the president at Bambino Records, 300 Entertainment, and former executive VP of A&R at Warner Brothers Records. He was accused of sexual misconduct by a female former executive. Some of the allegations were found to be true, leading to appropriate disciplinary actions against the relevant employees. Source from Variety. See this pattern? Jeff told a room full of people that the soon-to-be pop star Britney Spears, 15 years old, scored a record deal simply because she looked like the sweet all-American girl that you just wanted to defile and do bad things to. This was sourced from Los Angeles Times. I really hope that this quote wasn't said before Warner brought him on board, right? Because that's a concerning quote right there. And now, as we wait for these million trucks to pass, Warner Music Industry Edition with Survivor Barbie. Who is Survivor Barbie today? Dorothy Carvello. Survivor Barbie. Dorothy Carvello is an activist shareholder of Warner Music Group and was the first female A&R talent scout at Atlantic Records, which is owned by Warner. Carvello penned the expose Anything for a Hit about her experiences with sexual harassment at labels. So cool, Dorothy. She was allegedly fired for refusing to sit on a man's lap in an A&R meeting. That man was later promoted to CEO. See this pattern? Boo. Whenever I complained about sexual harassment to the president or chairman of a company, I was fired. I was never offered a settlement or given a severance package. In one case, the head of a company made me apologize to my abuser. So we got Dorothy Carvello today as Survivor Barbie, and she looks just fantastic and just inspiring as I mean, look at this. It would be so cool to have Survivor Barbie, right? Fulfilling all of our Barbie dreams over here at ePredators today. All right, where are we going next? Whoa, okay, Warner Music Industry Edition board member men. Who is board member men and why is he relevant today? Board member men is the current CEO of Mattel and chairman of the board at Warner Music Group. He provides leadership to the firm's executives and other employees, leads the charge on big picture decisions, and sets the tone for the corporate culture of the company. What is the culture of the company? So ePredators is here today to ask you to think about Barbie in a corporate structure where sexual harassment is silenced and the victim is punished for speaking and the abuser is rewarded. If any of these women we have mentioned today could be seen through your eyes as Barbie, would it be on brand? We hope not. Here's a little comic strip that ePredators made for today, and I hope you like it. Here we got a board meeting going on. I hope I didn't inconvenience anyone. No, not at all. An NDA? Ah, yes, a great idea. We'll get right on it. Wonderful. We're all in agreement. This meeting is over. Barbie, come in. Thank you for your courage. We take this very seriously. Are you ready to sign? I've learned that if I sign this, I still lose my job. So it's a no, bro. NDAs are not okay. Here's Barbie in a very progressive situation, which we're proud of Barbie here. This is pretty badass. And do we have anything on the other side of this? No. Okay, so where are we next? Oh. Well, okay, so where should I go so that I can make my speech to board member men? Mr. Board Member Men. Me and many other survivors grew up playing with Barbie. Now, as adults, we have come to see Barbie did not align with feminist ideology. Her feet only fit in heels. She was white, blonde-haired, incredibly thin, and a patriarchal concept of what a female should look like. She was championing for her external value, not her internal value. As Mattel got older and times changed, your company had to listen to your consumers. With that being said, Mattel got more progressive and inclusive. ePredators is here today to ask you to think about Barbie in a modern corporate structure where sexual harassment is silenced, the victim is punished for speaking up, and the abuser is rewarded. If any of these women we have mentioned today could be seen through your eyes as Barbie, would it be on brand? Or would we fight for her and her safety to make sure that she is supported for coming forward and not silenced nor punished? We believe Barbie deserves to see accountability in her work environment. Barbie deserves to be believed, respected, and protected. We are calling on you and your authority as a board member to make sure this is not happening at WMG. We would also encourage you to look into this and see if any of the survivors have asked WMG to be released from their NDA. If you do happen to see a woman, a survivor, asking to be released, please ask WMG to do the right thing and release her. As Gretchen Carlson said, eliminating NDAs gives victims a voice, and that empowers them. When you have a voice, you increase your power, and it might even deter the behavior from happening because the predator knows they might get caught. We ask you, Mr. Board Member Men, we ask you to stand in solidarity with survivors and protect us as you would for Barbie. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's do a chant, you guys. Woo! Woo! Want to take enough? Okay. Please, board member men. All right. Oh. Woo-hoo! Yeah, ePredators!
divided. Survivors united will never be divided. Survivors united will never be divided. How many NDA? 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 NDAs are not okay. NDAs are not okay. NDAs are not okay. NDAs are not okay. Silence is violence. 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 Power to survivors. 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 Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. And stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Stephen Cooper, you're fired. Stephen Cooper, you're fired. Stephen Cooper, you're fired. Stephen Cooper, you're fired. Protect survivors, not predators. Protect survivors, not predators. Protect survivors, not predators. Protect survivors, not predators. Believe survivors, not predators. Believe survivors, not predators. Believe survivors, not predators. Believe survivors, not predators. No more cover-up. 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 You can't shut us up. 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 Survivors united will never be divided. 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 Eat predators. Eat predators. Eat predators. Eat predators. Eat predators. Eat predators. Power to survivors. 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 Stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. And stick it to the man. Stick it to the man. Survivors united will never be divided. Survivors united will never be divided. Survivors united will never be divided. Survivors united will never be divided.